a video on the curious case of an off-duty officer walking around. This wasn't just your average, innocent, everyday stroll outdoors. This was advanced walking, with his penis out. Damn thing was hard, too.
Gun.
Boy!
Is this why you didn't want us to pat you down?
Well,
you saw, you described it as his penis.
Right.
Do you know what color it looked like?
If that Sizzler reel doesn't get you hooked, I don't know what will.
What?
I gotta tell you, I'm not a dispatcher, but that line of questioning was a bit of an eyebrow raiser for me. You described what you saw as looking like a penis. Can you tell me what color that penis was? What was the make and model of that?
Maybe they got confused. They wanted to
now,
ask
believe me when I tell you
a descriptor
that
of the
this
person.
actually comes full circle. This question actually does play a role in the real investigation. I don't want to spoil how it happens, though. You'll see at the end here.
On October 14th, 2024,
Oh, because somebody
woman was jogging with her dog along the Reeds Lake Trail
Oh,
in
hold
East
on now.
Grand Rapids. As she passed a man walking toward her, something caught her attention. The man had his penis exposed through his zipper and fully erect. Shocked and shaken, she borrowed a bystander's phone and called 911. Minutes later, officers arrived at the scene and spotted a man emerging from a wooded area who
Because
matched
maybe
her
somebody sprayed it with
description.
something.
Now, at first, this video kind of seemed fishy to me because there's some odd usages of AI throughout it. But I double-checked this story and I can find multiple sources about this guy, so I'm assuming this is all real. And it does appear to be an actual police vehicle that we will eventually get to here. So I'm pretty sure this is all genuine.
Yo, okay, don't ask me how, but I've seen other instances where the main incident has some form of, what? Guys, something happens, whatever, right? And they ask some silly question, but it's relevant. Like, oh, this guy had some money. What color was it? Oh, yeah, it was this color because of a dye pack. So, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense, whatever. Maybe they pulled it out and somebody pulled out some spray or some pepper spray that's like fucking blue, and the guy's got Smurf dick, and he's like, what color is it?
I wanted to briefly
it's
make
perfectly
a mention of
valid.
that. So that's the lore breakdown. This story starts with a woman jogging and a man walking towards her with an erect cock out, which obviously disturbs her. She alerts the authorities. Authorities arrive at the scene and they see a suspicious gentle sir emerging from a wooded area.
Hi, sir. Can I talk to you for a second?
yeah, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
Oh, not too shabby.
What's going on?
Oh, just walking around the lake.
Just walking around the lake?
Yeah,
Okay. Where'd you start at?
over by Reeds Lake,
Okay. Like Reeds Lake Boulevard, where?
just south of here.
South of there?
Yep.
Okay. Reason I wanted to talk to you, we had a call on a subject matching your description.
Okay.
Blue jeans, blue sweatshirt,
Yep.
walking around with his penis out.
Okay.
I love that he looks down to check. Oh, jeepers. Did I forget the zip? Nope. All clear. Well, as you can see, officer, my dick is firmly in my trousers. Checkmate. Must have been somebody else. In fact, I saw a very suspicious gentleman running away like a cartoon villain over there a minute ago, and, you know, now that I stop to think about it, it might have been a penis between his legs dangling around. I think he went that way. He's over that way. You're letting the bad guy get away.
Have any ID on you?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
What's your name?
Dennis.
Dennis, have you ever been in trouble before?
I have not.
Dennis, what's your middle name?
Yeah, but why would you pull it out, though?
Dennis, what's your last name?
Evans.
I think it would go soft instantly.
Dennis Evans?
It's cold, it's uncomfortable, it's not...
Holy shit. It's the Dennis Evans Williams. Wow. I didn't realize we were dealing with a celebrity. This guy is famous for receiving the world's first fart transplant. Now, Dennis has found himself in quite a pickle here. But don't worry, he's got great defense.
No, I think I saw you when I passed by the first time.
Yep.
And you went back that way.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw you walk over here, and you were looking back that way, and then you kind of started to run for a second this way. Why was that?
I have no clue. I saw you here. I wouldn't have stopped running, I guess, if I thought it was suspicious.
Yeah. Yep. Was there a reason you ducked back in the woods when I went by the first time?
There's I don't know if it's a bridge or like an old stone. I don't even know what it is back there. But yeah, I was just checking it out.
Yeah, dude, you wouldn't believe it.
I
Back
don't
in the
get
woods,
it.
I saw a bunch of like
I'm-
crop
I-
circles.
I-
And I'm
this is-
pretty
this is a
sure I
good
saw
plot
some
to-
fucking dirty little bastard gnome run back there. So I was just going to check it out. You know, maybe even find like a leprechaun's pot of gold. There's a whole bunch of stuff back in the woods. So as I was jogging around, it kind of caught my eye. So I went back there and took a peek. That's the explanation for why it seemed like I was running away from you. Really, I was just on an exploratory adventure, really. There's so much magical wonder back there, whimsy, elves and shit, so I was just taking a peek.
Sit tight with him while I run him real quick.
The name he gave didn't exist in any police database. No driver's license, no vehicle record, no trace at all.
That's impossible. You're telling me Dennis Evan Evans Williams doesn't exist? My lord. He's a deep cover secret agent. You're impeding his investigation. He was back there with his cock out in order to try and bring down some kind of a occult organization or something. That's the only explanation. Dennis Evan Evans Williams clearly exists. I'm looking right at him.
You have an idea right now? Nothing on you.
All right, sit tight. Let me see what else I can find out.
He repeated the same information. Still, nothing came back. Meanwhile, after the two failed attempts to identify the suspect, the victim drove past the scene, and from inside her car, she saw the suspect and immediately identified him to the officer, stating that she was 100% sure. This prompted the officer to approach the suspect a third time, giving him the last chance to give his correct identity.
Oh shit, he got caught on the drive-by here. So the victim drove by and noticed that this was indeed the same character that was just hanging hog out there.
I guess I'm about to find out how
she
they
was
know.
out on her morning run. And now, with that information of her saying she's 100% sure that's the right guy, the officer is again approaching him to try and get his real identification here, since Dennis Evan Evans Williams is not panning out.
Victim drove by. She gave me a description when I talked to her. She drove by, said 100%, no doubt in her mind it was you.
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do. You're going to give me your proper name, you're going to give me your address, and then we're going to go from there.
He continues to maintain that he's Dennis Williams. I'm shocked! So this isn't really going anywhere. He's just dropping breadcrumbs of some make-believe mumbo-jumbo here, going nowhere. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here because he's just stumbling around trying to get himself out of this. It's not working.
Okay. Ben, put your hands back behind your back, though. Like I said, you're not getting arrested. Nope. Turn around, face that way.
Face that way.
Okay.
You're not getting arrested. Put your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers together. Okay.
Gun. Is this why you didn't want us to pat you down?
Well, part of it.
While detaining the dastardly Dennis here, they were patting him down and then going to put him in the vehicle to talk further and figure out, like, who is he? They found a gun while patting him down, and he's like, yeah, that was part of the reason I didn't really want to be giving you guys all my information, thinking that would be a problem. He didn't tell them that the gun was there, so now they're getting a little more serious about, okay, man, who are you? Just tell us your real name.
All right. What's your real name?
So, here's the deal. This has nothing to do with what you guys stopped me for today. I'm supposed to be at work. Alright? I told my wife I was supposed to be at training today. I didn't want to go to work. I took a vacation. She just thinks I'm at work.
4570.
Okay.
4670.
That's about...
So when did
That's about
the cock come out then?
Yes, exactly. And she thinks I'm at work because I didn't want to stay home with the kids, and so I had the babysitter come out. That's where we're at.
He took a vacation from work so he could walk around out in public with his penis out. Look, my wife just wouldn't understand, but you guys get it. We're bros, right? Like, we understand each other. Sometimes you just need to cool down, take in the fresh air, and just pull your cock out and walk around outside. That's what I was doing. I was playing a little hooky, had a babysitter come over, watch the kids. My wife was none the wiser, and now kind of caught between a rock and a hard dick here, as you can see, officers. But, you know, that's the whole scope of the situation here. I'm supposed to be at work. Clearly I'm not at work. Bit of a mix-up.
So, you have your full name then?
Yes.
Yeah, what is it?
Troy.
45 I can find that direction.
Allen. A-L-L-E-N. White, just like the color. 10/31/86.
And you obviously don't want your wife to know why.
I know why we're here.
As officers detained him pending identification, they conducted a pat-down. That's when everything changed.
What?
Inside his waistband was a loaded Springfield Armory Hellcat, round-chambered. In his pocket, a Microtech switchblade. Neither had been disclosed, but what the officers were just about to discover would shift the case even further.
The way they're using the music here sounds like a horror movie trailer right now. They got like the creepy water phone
Yeah,
sound
boy,
effect.
that's what happens on
they
YouTube nowadays,
discovered
so-
was going to change everything. Tucked into his waistband, in addition to the other instruments, was
I played that thing today.
his penis. Again, confirming beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was the same cock that was just indecently exposed outside moments prior to the officers arriving at the scene.
Is there any way I could write you something? Any way I can get a pen and a piece of paper?
Okay. such feeling.
What he wrote on that paper was KCSD. His true identity is Troy Allen White, a 10-year Kent County Sheriff's deputy.
So I guess he wanted to keep this one a bit off the record, so he wrote it down, passing some notes here, letting them know that he is actually an off-duty officer. He is a Kent County Sheriff's deputy, Troy Allen White.
Yeah, you work for the Sheriff's Department? Okay, what do you do there?
4119.
Oh yeah, I work for the Sheriff's Department. What do I do there? I'm just kind of the penis guy. That's just kind of like what I do there. It's just, they say, hey, Troy.
Indecent exposure, $100 bond for each.
Okay.
So you'll be able to post bond tonight. I'm going to tell you you're going to get suspended when we get down to the Sheriff's Department here.
Troy gave consent to search his truck.
What is that? What is that? Hey!
So I believe the strategy
Hey!
here from Troy was
It's
to inform
flopped.
the officers that he is also in law enforcement, hoping that they would try and look out for him to help him out, maybe squeeze himself out of this whole thing here. That wasn't in the cards. That didn't happen. So next, they got consent from Troy to search his truck. There they found under the booster seat for one of his children a rifle and a flesh-colored dildo. So this man was driving around the fucking freakmobile here. So they started wondering, well, what is all of this about? What's up with this dildo and all this?
About intent, behavior, and whether this incident was isolated. During a follow-up call, officers asked the victim a necessary question, whether she could have mistaken what she saw.
What you saw, you described it as his penis.
Right.
Do you know what color it looked like?
What?
So I was thinking about this a lot last night because one of the officers asked
Okay,
me, are you sure
dude.
it was his penis? And I was like, yeah.
Okay.
And then I started to think, well, I suppose it could have been a strap-on dildo that he was wearing through his pants.
This goes on for quite a little while, but I'll summarize. She does...
Chat.
tinker around with the notion that maybe it's possible
it was gonna
he
be
was
partially
wearing
AI,
a
but I mean-
dildo out of his fly.
Was that a
But
reenactment
she's
or
pretty
what?
certain it was actually his penis. She goes on to describe the color as being very white and contrasting with everything else. So she is very confident that it was his penis, but then even says if it was a dildo, this is still completely unacceptable regardless, which the officer on the phone agrees with. Ultimately, they did charge him with indecent exposure among falsifying information. He also resigned in the midst of all of this, and I can't find a follow-up for what happened with the charges. So hopefully the indecent exposure and all that stuck, because this guy is a fucking weirdo freak. Anyway, wanted to put this story on your radar here. This was a wild one. That's really about it. See ya.
Guys, this seems like a risk at all at zero reward. What would be the possible reward?
Let's go! Kiss him! Kiss him!
So what's he gonna do? Oh!
He's pulling his cock out! Are they making out? Let's go! Kiss him! Kiss him!
So what's he gonna do? Oh!
He's pulling his cock out! Are they making out?
I guess, yeah. This guy says, he gets sucked in public. Yeah, but why the dildo though? As a dude, what is he doing with it? If that's the point, though. Oh, I'm just not seeing how it works in this scenario. Very interesting. You think he sits on it at the park? That's crazy. That is crazy.